Hey everyone, welcome back. In our last video, we learned a lot and got our header started. In this video, we're going to work on the hero section and then keep on moving down the page from there. Okay, so last time we ended with our header, and this is what it looked like. If you remember, we can open this with Live Server, and this is what it looked like. Okay, now that we've got all that started, the first thing we're going to do is go to this repository I made for our tutorial. It's at URL github.com/mathsusan/handyman4u-tutorial. If you use GitHub, you can go ahead and clone or fork this. If you don't use GitHub, then we can go ahead and download this zip file to your downloads. So then you can open that up in the Finder. And then you have all the files that were in it. Go ahead and find your current project folder and just move those fonts and images over into your file, and that way you have what you need for this next tutorial and several more to come. At the end of each video, I'm putting the next folder. So this is the end of video 1 and this is the end of video 2. Now that we've got that copied over, we're ready to get going on our project. We look at the Figma. The hero is this big intro spot. You see that on a lot of web pages, the big area that introduces the web page. So that's what we're going to work on in this video. So here we go. Let's come over to our code. We have this section here that we said hero goes here. We're going to go ahead and use that to put all the things in it that we need for this section. The first was the headline, which we'll use an H1 tag for. And it's Handyman LLC. And then we have a phone number. And a cool little trick we can do with a phone number is we can make it an A tag and we give it an href, and we can say it's telephone. We put in the phone number. What that will do is on mobile, when you click on this link, it'll call the phone number for you. Pretty cool. And then we had a paragraph that said insured and in business since 1984. Affordable handyman services serving Central and the surround area. And then we had another little, and we're just going to use a paragraph for that said, let's get it done. And then we had an image over on the side, which is an IMG tag. And we have those in our folder. So we're going to say source equals quote, do dot slash, and then you should be able to pick it from your list there. And once we save that, we can come over to our thing and we see all the things here. They don't look near as pretty, but we've got them on the page. All right, so I'm going to look at that Figma drawing again real quick. I noticed that these are all on one side of the page and the logo is on the other. So I'm going to go ahead and group those inside my code so that it's easier for me to do that. So I'm going to put a div around the H1 all the way down to the image. And that's probably not going to change much right now, but it will make it easier for us to lay it out in a second. All right, so I'm also going to give this section, because this is what we call the about section, the ID of about. And now we are ready to style this. So I'm going to go ahead and put some comments in here so I don't lose track of some of the things that I've done in here, because this file might get a little bit long. So that's the header section, and here is the about section. If you notice, you can put a slash and then a star the way you do comments in the CSS. Now I'm going to shrink this screen a little so we can kind of see what's going on over here. The way we reference an ID in the CSS is by putting pound and then the ID name. And I'm going to have this display flex. Let's see what happens. Oh, there we go. That is a lot more like what we want. Okay, so now that we've got this kind of laying out like we want to, let's go back to the Figma and look at some of these specifics. So this heading and the phone number are both bold and Roboto and 36 point. You see that over here. There's a couple ways you can do this. We can give these things a class, or we can target them specifically. Since there's two things, and one's an H1 and one's an anchor tag, we're going to go ahead and give them a class. So I'm going to call this class bold text. You call it whatever you want. Just keep that in mind. It helps if you have some sort of naming convention that tells what you want to do. So for bold text, we want the font size 36 pixels. We're going to use pixels for a second, and then I'm going to explain something about that to you. It was 36, yes. So that makes these lots bigger. Now the only thing is this reference anchor tag is blue, and we don't want it to be blue for this case. So if we have an A that has bold text, we want the color to be white. Did we want white? I think we wanted white. And then, or did we want the color? We want the color to be this color right here. So let me just copy that. And then we don't want any underline under it, so we want no text decoration under it. See how that looks. That's looking better. Now there's also some padding there that I didn't see in the Figma. So let's look. If we inspect this, H1, we see that it has some margins around it. Very interesting measurements on those margins too. And the A tag does not have any, so it's all in the H1. So if we have an H1 that has bold text, you could just select it off this menu, much easier. Then we want the margin around that thing to be not there. And that looks more like it's laid out in the Figma. It's still not quite the way we want it though. Okay, before we get much further, I've already noticed we're repeating some of these colors in different places. So I'm going to set up some variables at the top so that I don't have to repeat the colors. This will help me later. That way all the colors match for sure. And also if I change my mind about colors, it won't be so hard to come back in here and change them up later. So first of all, the primary color, I'm going to call the one we used on the background that dark purple. So I'm just going to cut this color and put it up here. And down here where the color was, I'm going to say var -- primary color. And then this one is the one I just copied. And I'm going to call it body text. And then I'm going to find all the places where it was or where it is. And I'm going to replace that with var body text. There's one of them, and then here's the one I just did. Right. And I also have this light purple color that we've used in, looks like at least 2 places. So let's go ahead and do that one also. I'm going to call that one the accent color. Get that one and then go back to the places where we used it. And we'll put that variable in here. Variables are really handy for your colors, especially. You can use them for all kinds of things, though, that you feel like you don't want to repeat and that might always be the same. So that didn't change anything, but that was really nice. Okay, so then let's go back in here, and what I'm going to look at is how far away from the top and the sides this headline is. So it's about 115 over and 110. Let's see, this has 40 and then 36 on the bottom. We're going to just make that both have 40. So what we're going to do is that about section, we're going to add a margin top of 40 pixels and a margin bottom of 40 pixels. Let's see if that looks better. It's starting to look better. I also wanted this more centered, and this one also. And then this paragraph has a max width here of about 570, and it's also in that accent color. So let's go ahead and style that also. See, our paragraph is right here, and it's in our section about, but we want this one done differently. So let's go ahead and give this one a class, call it accent text. For accent text, we want that color to be the accent color. And we also wanted the max width of it to be about 570 pixels. So that's looking better. Before we get much further, I'm going to go ahead and change these font sizes to EMs. We use EMs so that when users zoom in on the screen, the font size changes with it so that they can read it. So one EM, and typically, it depends on how big the browser is, but one EM is about 16 pixels. So 36 pixels is about 2.25 EMs. And let's see, we had a font size here. That's about 1.25 EMs. And that shouldn't really change the size of our web page. Now we need to get this laying out a little bit better. So I am going to add more things to my flex box. I'm going to align the items in the center. This will align those items center, and then I'm going to justify content in the center. And that should move everything over to the middle in both directions, vertically and horizontally. And that looks a lot more like our hero So let's look at what else do we need to work on here. It's this little piece is quite a bit of ways down from the paragraph, and it's also in a font called Doses, and it's bold and 36 also. So let's go ahead and fix that. In the files I gave you that we added earlier, we have the Doses font. So I'm going to show you how to pull that in with your styles. So we're going to go back up here to the top because it's where we set all these kinds of things up. And we're going to say at font face. And we're going to call it the font family. Doses. And then we're going to set the source for it. It seems kind of weird because you set it as a URL, but we're going to go find our folder. But we're in style, so we have to go / fonts. And then we just pick the Doses off of here. And then we're going to give this a format, true type. All right, so we'll save that. That doesn't change anything in our file, but now we can go update that. Let's get it done. Let's see, it's right here. I'm going to give it a paragraph. I'm going to go ahead and give this paragraph a class of, called highlight. That way if we want to highlight anything else on our page, we can use this class. And in my styles, I'm still going to keep it in the about section because that's where I'm using it for now. Highlight, and I want to give it a font family of our Doses. We always need to add a default font behind it that all of our operating systems will have. And then our font size was 36 again, so that was 2.25 EMs. And let's see what we've got now. And that didn't change anything. And oh, it looks like I spelled highlight wrong over here. Doesn't work if you spell it wrong. Now when I save it, there we go. That looks more like that. And let's check here. And that is the hero. Good job.